between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Ready up.
56, Mike, 56. Rip left, rip left.
Go.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilkins got a man. It's Brown. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Now.
They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
5.
56, Mike, 56. Oh, here we go.
Shoot.
3rd and long for Wilkins. That's complete to John Ross. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Switch.
Get it.
Here we go with McCaffrey. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Washington Redskins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
I'm coming after you.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be...
Ready?
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Wilkins. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. The Redskins send out their punter. As the 1st drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. They'll call that a 33. Yard punt with no return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll try the left side. It's Griffin. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
You know what? 36. Check. Check out route. And we're good.
On 2nd down now, it's Griffin. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Go. Waiting.
Check 52.
Outside, solid. Forward, Tokyo.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's got his man on the out route. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. We're scoreless after 1. The Eagles send out their punter now. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And they can't bring him down. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, high 7.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Go.
2nd down, Wilkins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's 3rd and short.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. The Redskins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, Haywood.
56.
Wilkins looking to throw on 3rd. And that will be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Looking to throw, Wilkins. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Pick up the ball. Check 31. Check 31. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Lead river.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready? 50, plant.
Check the outs. Check the outs. Check
Bravo.
Line 36. Line 36. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
On 2nd and 12, Wilkins flushed out right. And he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 3rd down, Wilkins. And an alley to run. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Tackles. Tackles.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Christian McCaffrey, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point safely through, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
1
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
The Eagles take over. Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24. Plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to air one out. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a give, right side, McCaffrey. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed.
Set. 10 Lobo.
50, Mike, 50. It's a party now. It's a party now. Rush in. Rush in.
Rush side.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
60 yards.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
49. Check 49. Check 49. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
He was taken down at the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 5. brings up 2nd and 5.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
6-6, pull it high.
Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
6-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
56. Check, 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 check.
Now a run with McCaffrey. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Joseph on for the field goal. A 28-yard.
The kick by Joseph is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They had it 1st and goal. 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Fellas, let's set a tone. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey,
657.
Good track, good track. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Now Wentz. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Montez Sweat in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Now Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jordan. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. Throwing right, and that's complete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Griffin, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, kill. Hey, 4, don't kill.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6.
Working from the gun. Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
You take it right on the 30. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
And that's what friends are for.
Right? As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt. Because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
It's just me and you.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59.
Hey, wahoo!
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. You go
Get it.
To throw on 3rd down. Wilkins. Got a man. It's Ross. Complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 1st down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On the ready.
Hey. Alert 3. Alert 3.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Ready.
A Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Redskins send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
I got you, boy. I got you. 55.
In his own end zone, it's Wentz. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Man 5-7. Hey, Alpha.
All day. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Watch the screen.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Danny.
Great 57.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. What a throw right there for the 1st down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. On the delay, it's Mixon. And an alley to run. And he's got a good gain of 7. to the 37. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
57's the mic.
To throw, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Third and 13.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Watch the run, watch the run.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Hey, it's our house. 58 for Mike, 58.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Down. 10-2 soft.
59. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Let's go.
McCaffrey. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
59. I know he ain't got it.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Wilkins. They'll go screen here to Hunt. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 53. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They should, but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Now Wentz. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. This is Mixon. From the 41, Wentz nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. To throw is Wentz. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 17-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Joe Mixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 21 yards away. And the Eagles get a score closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
They go for just one here as it's up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. This is going to be covered up by the Redskins. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Hey, dude.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust to account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Not today.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilkins. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Hey, Delta.
Now Wentz. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8. One final try now for Wentz. And this has dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. So a victory here for the Washington Redskins. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry